Welcome to the issue segment of the FtF television program. My name is Tashana, and once again I'll be presenting to you the issue of concern to young people. If you've seen our previous shows, then you would remember Delon presenting a segment on migration. This was done with some young people living in Georgetown. So we then decided that maybe we should have a contrast and explore what life is like for young people living in the rural areas. We took a trip to Quarantine Barbies to speak with some young people about their views on migration, whether they plan to stay in Guyana or if they plan to migrate to Georgetown, or if they're pretty much satisfied staying right where they are, and the migration mentality is just something urban people are more inclined to.
Hi, I'm Devashri and I'm 19 years old. I live at NIG Scheme. I attended Quarantine Comprehensive High and I'm now working at the Blue Sky. That's NPIC, a telemarketing company.
What do you do on the weekends, like for fun?
I would normally go to Mandir or go to a friend's home, and that's it. Young people normally go to shops and nothing much. Guys would go and have a few drinks and stuff.
Shops to like buy something and then come back, or?
Yeah, that's basically it.
That's it?
There aren't much to do in these areas, but in social events, there are like weddings, jandies and so forth. A lot of people go and meet up there. Like today, there's a jandi.
That's what you're preparing for?
Yes, that's what I'm preparing for.
Alright, being a strict Hindu, what would you say is the significance of a jandi?
Normally people do jandi, they believe that it's a way of cleaning your home out of bad spirits. You get wealth, and it's a good custom. It's been followed for long years by all Hindus. They do a little jandi at home. They do it in the home, in the yard.
Why do you think people leave the quarantine?
Some of them would find it boring, but they don't want to party all their life. They would want to go out and party at times, but they like it, that it's peaceful. Like this house next door, it's empty, but a lot of people want to get it, but the owner does not want to give it up because they have grandkids living here, though they're overseas.
They live overseas. Okay, so what happens after high school for young people? What do they do?
After leaving high school, they would want to further their education. Most of them want to further their education. A lot of people get married young. Well, that's a lot of them don't have that much of education to know it's better to wait.
Like personally, like family or close friends that have left Guyana?
Yes, my aunt, my best friend, they all left for betterment to go to overseas. They're all in America. In some ways they do, they like it, but like my aunt, she never worked when she was in Guyana. Now she's over there, she works in the night.
Do you think they're better off now? Do you think they like living overseas?
It's hard for her, but she says she likes it there because she can afford a lot of things.
You had the opportunity to leave Guyana, would you leave?
Yeah.
Where would you go and why?
I would go America because I have family there, and to what I've heard from them, it's really nice over there.
Personal experiences like with your family, and so do you think your parents would want to leave Guyana, or are they happy being here?
They're happy being here. I've talked it over with them. They would probably go just for walk's sake, enjoy, go about, but they want to stay here.
They've been outside already?
Yes, they've gone to Suriname and stuff before, but they want to stay here.
They want to stay here.
But my brother, he would like to leave because being a young person, he understands that he might not be able to make it in here. He's taking it step by step. Right now he's going to school. So if he gets a better job due to the schooling, he might stay. If he doesn't, then he wants to leave.
Okay, in the community, do you think there are a lot of arranged marriages?
Some would be for love marriages, but there are some that would just arrange their marriage to go overseas to become a citizen.
Okay, in terms of like your high school friends, some of the persons you went to school with, what have they been up to? Have they left? Have they achieved their dreams?
Some of them changed. Like one, she wanted to go to UG, but she didn't make it. So she's working, just like me. Another went away.
What has changed the most in the last 5 years in terms of development up here?
A lot of people are going to school now. You hardly see a lot of kids on the street.
Okay. Is it like a priority for young people to get an education, or is it more persons want to leave?
Well, most of them want to get the education, but if they can't get it fast, like I said, they would rather leave.
After speaking with Devashri, I went over to number 2 village to speak with another young person.
I am Richard Paul. I'm 19 years of age. I am attended the New Amsterdam Secondary School. I am presently a teacher at Lower Quarantine Secondary. I spent most of my life living in number 2, and 2 years ago I went to Blackbush where I was a teacher there, and now I'm back in number 2 again.
Okay, on the weekends, what do young people do for fun?
Well, mostly they hang out with their friends and go to parties, clubs. Others go to church.
Others go to church.
So, well, I'm a youth leader. I have
At what church?
my Victory Living Waters Assembly.
That's in this area or somewhere
No,
else?
it's in Blackbush, Boulder.
Okay,
Very
so
far.
you travel to go there?
Yes.
Okay, if you had the opportunity to leave Berbice to go somewhere else, like say Georgetown to study or overseas, would you leave?
Well, if it's reasons for studying, then yes. But to permanently live, I wouldn't totally agree with that.
Okay, what's a typical day, like a weekday living up here? What's it like for you?
For me, go to work, come back, relax for a while. Then I got my brother in grade 6, so I would help, and my sister in 4th form. So I assist them with extra studies and so on.
And the weekends?
Weekends, I normally, well, cleaning up and so on. And Saturdays, then I have my youth group. Probably later I'd hang out with my friends. Sundays, church. I prepare for school.
Okay, what problems are there in the community?
Well, mostly it's with the jobs. There's not much jobs around that young people could go right into, because you find that some of them are qualified for jobs and they would not get into them, and some of them may not have that qualification, but yet it would be better if there are jobs available for them, that so that they would not be on the streets. And
Do you have any close family members or friends that have migrated, and where are they? And do they like being overseas?
well, yes,
Yes.
most of my family's out there, and
Most of your family? Where are they?
they're in America.
Okay. And why did they leave?
Probably to get a better life. They saw a higher standard of living or something. Mostly because they were on sponsorship or something.
Okay, as in waiting for the papers?
Yeah. Well, everyone would at some point in their life have a plan to go somewhere, be it if it's either in the country or abroad. But sometimes in the Guyanese society you find that most females are pushed into this marriage that that is expected to have a better life for them, and that's how they end up getting married. I work with some youths who are married already. They were just out of high school, so I would say it's kind of a thing within the community that if you get somebody abroad, it will be better for you.
Most young people want to leave Guyana, regardless of where they live. While some young persons may have educational or career goals, it is the trend to leave Guyana whether they plan to return or not. While in the urban areas of Guyana, the plans to leave are more forthcoming, both Ray and Devashri mentioned in the rural areas, everyone has a plan to leave if they don't achieve their set goals in a few years.